Lessons I've learned from writing the Krehbiel Letter. Good morning, folks. I saw an article from Peter Houston. It was published a day or two ago. Bosack sent it out about midnight last night, about 9 things he's learned from doing a print magazine. It's a good article, and you should read it. But I'm not going to talk about that today. His article reminded me of a project I did with Paul Gerbino from Creative Licensing International about lessons that I've learned writing the Krehbiel Letter, the process, what I've gone through, what I've learned. And I was looking through my notes from that, and I wanted to go through just parts of it. I can't cover it all. It'll be too long of a video, so I'll just cover part of it, maybe some more in a later episode. But general lessons about content marketing, the first thing is, how do you come up with material? Now, I write for people in the publishing industry, so that's my target audience. The first thing is always be listening. I have a good priest friend who says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I understand that to mean that there's teaching going on all the time, all around us. There are lessons in everything. We just have to have our ears tuned to hear it. So keep your subject matter in mind and listen for things that relate, and you'll be surprised what you find. Obviously, you have to use what you see and hear. For me, that mostly means the stuff I get from Bosack. It means conversations on LinkedIn, podcasts I listen to, Guild discussions. Guild is a discussion board that the Renewed organization uses. Industry meetings, Magic, Bold Minds, other places like that. Conference agendas can be interesting idea generators. Webinars. I intend to start going to more industry events, and like I went to a MACMA event recently. Those are good places to get new ideas. And then use what you learn in your work. Listen to what your clients say or your customers say, what your coworkers say, what they struggle with, and think about how those things could help your readers. Keep an idea file handy to jot things down. I always have this little book with me. It's always in my pocket, and I jot down notes about things that I'm learning or ideas that I have. I also have a Word doc called Ideas for the Next Krehbiel Letter. It's actually a Google Doc, so I can access it from anywhere. Keep particular readers in mind. I used to work for Kiplinger, and Willard Kiplinger told his editors to write the Kiplinger letter as if they were writing to a particular man in Ohio. The idea is you need to know the business of your readers, and as you encounter things, think about how those things would affect your market, your readers, and what they need to know about them. Now, in terms of style, I think it's important to cut the crap and get to the point. Use simple language and no jargon. People don't like jargon. Focus on practical takeaways. There's no end of fluffy stuff. Your job is to condense the world of noise into simple, clear concepts that will save people time and help them make more money. Poke fun at things. I expect people to laugh reading the letter every once in a while. Write to be skimmed. I keep the Krehbiel Letter short, but I don't assume everyone wants to read every word, even though it is short. Summarize, highlight the key points. Use lists, charts, and graphs where possible. This can be a struggle because not everything is amenable to a visual presentation, but I always keep that as a goal. Use stories and anecdotes when they apply. People remember stories better than they remember other things. And have a unique voice and perspective. Don't be afraid to ruffle feathers or attack sacred cows. It's fine to be outrageous from time to time. Seek advice. Every suggestion or criticism has something you can learn from it. Sometimes it's hard to find, honestly, but what your critic said made sense from their point of view. So try to get into their mindset and understand why they were criticizing what they were saying. You might learn something from it. And of course, you can modify someone's idea or suggestion. You don't have to say yes or no. You can take what they suggest and move it around a little bit. Get help with things you need help with. For me, design, layout, that kind of stuff. I use Fiverr to get help with my Word template. I hired someone who's a better programmer than I to work on my website. I hired another person to review my website and give me strategic suggestions. So get help. Review your copy. Have someone else read each issue before you publish it. Sometimes you should pick a person who knows nothing about the subject matter. For example, sometimes I have my kids read my letter and they give me good suggestions about things that I'm taking for granted. Sleep on it if you can, if you have the liberty of time. It's amazing what your brain does in the background. Write articles ahead of time, let them percolate, and then rewrite them a few times. Also, ask ChatGPT to rewrite and/or summarize your article. Don't use what it says, but it will give you new perspectives on your topic. And then reuse things. Try to convert everything to another medium. Have long and short versions of articles. Have an article version and a version for LinkedIn. Turn your comments on LinkedIn into articles. Look at things that you're saying on bulletin boards. All those things are sources for new ideas. You can create audio and video versions of your articles. And then there's the question of print and online. My letter is in print. I did that intentionally because everybody's inbox is full and their mailboxes are empty. So getting an actual physical print letter in the mail differentiates me. However, I do have online versions of the same content. It's important to let each medium be what it wants to be. Don't take the print publication and mirror it in digital or vice versa. Let the print be the print, let the digital be the digital, and do what you can in the different mediums to try to make it as good as you can make it. You should also eat your own cooking. When you discover a best practice, do it. When you find out that it's good to have an autoresponder for your email sign-up page, then do that yourself. So make sure you're showing things by example and not just with your words. And make steady progress. Each issue should be better than the previous one. Anyway, that's what I've learned from doing the Krehbiel Letter. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please give me a ring. Thanks.